Yeah, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Zai. You already know what time it is. Sorry about the background. I haven't perfected it yet, but I am back in the studio. But I had a video to put out, but I decided to put this one out first because this question is asked so frequent, and I know partially it's because cats see me and just like they're constantly wondering. For the ones that have met me already know there's no real secret to it, but for the ones that maybe watch me on the other side of the screen and we never actually met, they tend to ask me this question because in a sense they want to know somebody my age if I'm really out there actually participating in some of this stuff that's going on in the streets. And then I'm here to explain a few different differentials between my situation, how I do things, and how other cats are doing things, and to give you that answer on, is there really an age limit to gangbang? Because as you can tell by the title, that's basically what it's about. Is there a limit? Is there an age to gangbang, like a time you get in and you get out? And I'm gonna explain that to the best of my ability. Now, in my situation, to me, I see no age limit. There is no age limit with me because I'm still living and breathing. I'm still handling my business as a man, and I'm still taking care of what I need to take care of. So my situation is different than a lot of cats. I still actively participate in certain things. Now, as far as like being out there, trying to knock people down or act out there, every enemy I see is on sight. That's not really the get down that I people may perceive that, but that's not my get down. I'm not actively looking to knock down another enemiga. Now, if I run across you and you feel some type of way, or you disrespect my neighborhood, I will get off, but that's because I felt disrespected. I feel like you personally attacked me as an individual, and being from and being a person that has served his neighborhood for years, yeah, of course I'm gonna feel disrespected. So whatever way you go with it, I will go that route. And it's not, people like to bring up the whole maturity thing. It's not about being mature or immature. It's just a simple fact, as a man, you disrespected me, and I felt like I needed to rectify the injustice. I'll just say it that way. Now, there is no real age limit to gangbanging. You got people that are in their 70s and 80s still out there really active with it, and they might not necessarily, like I said, in my situation, be out there in the street trying to personally clap people, but they will bang their neighborhood every time they see you. And it's your choice on which way you want to perceive or how you want to proceed with that. Now, it's kind of hard to tell a person that to stop with all the shenanigans, because you feel I won't even say slighted, because it's another man and it's a different person, so he's not you, so you can't really feel disrespected by that, but he doesn't appeal to your sensibilities because you're one of those people that either gangbanged before and gave it up. You're either one of those people that gangbanged before and went out backwards. You're either one of them people that never gangbanged, or maybe those who grew up around it and just had a distaste for it since a young age. So you see things of that nature as shit that's not really conducive to anything. But understand this: it's hard to tell a person that's been doing it for nearly their entire life that it's time to hang up them Chuck Taylors or them Cortez or them biscuits or whatever, the crocus size, whatever you wore in your generation at the time of your jumping off the porch or whatever. Plain and simple fact, I'll just say like this: it has no age. Now, at some point, if you have something better to do, and you're leading a different life, then yeah, then that would be the perfect time to go your way. And it's not necessarily to say that you should cut all ties with the neighbor that you were involved with, but if you have those type of individuals from your hood that want you to constantly put in work in order to validate yourself as their big homie, or maybe their homie after you've given nearly half your life to it, then there are the individuals that you don't need to kick it with, because they're only trying to drag you down. Any individual that have barely been from your neighborhood, or even been from your neighborhood just a little bit, and they see their older homie and they want you to put in work, because they need to know that what you were, that you still are, then those aren't the individuals you kick it around. You kick it with like-minded individuals that are still with the business, as far as like, if not necessarily on that gang, but it's as far as like, if they're disrespected, they're gonna handle their business. Those are the individuals you wanna keep within your circle, because they already have a mind state of, I've been there, I've done that, and I no longer need to do that, but I'm still about what I started with, and that's my neighborhood. People look at me all the time and be like, you know what, you're too old for this. That I say what I want, because that's just me. Now, me as an individual should not affect you. If there's something that doesn't appeal to your sensibility because I choose to represent what I represent, then that's just your problem. But that makes you something weak about your character, that another man could throw you off track because they do things a certain way. If you spend, it's like I said, if you spend more time focusing on your hustle or what you got to do in life, instead of paying attention to another individual and see how he affects your life, you'll prosper more. You know what I mean? Like you'll do better than to constantly pay attention to another individual. Now, it's understandable if I put myself out here on social media and you see my videos, of course you're gonna want to criticize them, because that's what a lot of cats do. They see it and they want to critique absolutely everything in another person's life because they feel that they can, which it is social media, so you can, but doesn't mean you should. It just means you can, but doesn't mean you should. No individual on social media or in life should affect you or send you down a dark road because something he said may have upset you. Now, it's different if he verbally attacks something that you represent or your family or whatever, then I can see you getting bothered by it. But like, I see cats come on my channel and they be really upset at the fact that, but the funny thing is they see me and don't do absolutely nothing. They woof on here, but they do absolutely nothing. And it's not to go off track. This is just to point out the fact that at the age that I am now, I can choose to do what I want because it's my life. Now, you don't necessarily have to pay attention. I'm not here to be a guidance counselor or to lead people a certain way. But if I can get at certain people that I function around and keep them from going the same route that I did, then I will do that. But I'm not here to be a guidance counselor, because that's not what I don't know if that's what God put me on this earth to do. Now, if it turned out to be that way, then I'm sure after years of doing this, maybe I go another route with it. But I went off topic a little bit. The whole thing is about age and the fact of gangbanging, and I'm here to tell you there is no real age to it. Like I said, you have Bloods and Crips, you have homies that are still out there full-fledged with it, and you have some that are really full-fledged with it. I mean, actually out there still gangbanging. And then of course there's certain things that don't allow us to go buck wild on the street, but there is still individuals out there that they're gonna circumvent that, and they're gonna do what they want because they will never say where they're from. You know what I mean? So there will be no consequences to their actions because they don't do things with people. They go by themselves and bust theirs without a whole crowd because they still feel the need to do what they do. Now, understand this: when people at this age that are actually out there full participating in gangbang, doesn't make them a lowlife. It just means that they're stuck in that zone, and there's nothing you or anybody else can say that can take them. How can you tell a person that has blood, sweat, and tears for something that he may not own, but it's something that he felt prideful about it? Not necessarily prideful, but he had a supreme loyalty to. It's hard to tell somebody that it's their time to hang it up. Some people will never hang it up because they'll always feel it, and they'll die that way. And most of the individuals that on that page end up in jail for the rest of their life and never find Christ, never find no type of God. That's what they signed up for, and that's what they're going to continue to do. So for the people that want to know, yeah, there's no real age limit. You got cats that are serving life sentence, and it's a smack in their face that one of their 16-year-old homies want to hang it up because he listened to other individuals tell him what to do. I can't tell you how to gangbang. I can't tell you when to give up gangbanging. I'm not going to tell you when to give up gangbanging. Now, like I said, at some point when you get to a certain age, you start finding different outlets. But what people tend to get a misconception of it is just because you're representing your neighborhood don't mean you're actually out there participating in everything that happens as far as like shootings and stabbings and all that. But it doesn't also mean that you won't go there if you're, I say, provoked. But it's just one of those things on the individual. Now, you know, there's some people that's gonna look at this video and be like, oh, that's bullshit, but it's not. Every man chooses his own destiny. So if you choose at your age to continue gangbanging, then that's just your choice, and you will suffer the consequences of that choice. Just like me, I suffer the consequences of my choice because I choose to be active. Now, as far as, like I said, there's a difference. I'm from my neighborhood, ain't never giving up, ain't never getting jumped out. Am I kicking on the block looking to shoot cats? No. But I do go pay my respects to my younger homies. Now that all fits into another thing. And this is just a little quick so I can go ahead and end the video. People said in my video why I had so many youngsters. Because why would I have a gang of old motherfuckers when that music is not the type of music that they necessarily listen to? And I won't say all, because there's some people that absolutely love drill, they love to turn up, and that's just them. But it all fits into certain categories. It breaks down to individuality. If you choose to want to continue participating in the gang shit, in the drug shit, in whatever, that's your choice as a man or a woman. That's your life, and nobody else can make you live your life according to the way they want to live. You have to live according to the way you choose to live it. And that's all I'm gonna really say on that. I know there's other videos that's probably gonna be out there about gangbanging, but to be honest, it's an individual, it's a choice thing of that individual. You know what I mean? I don't know a better way to say it, but you know, it's on the individual to choose whether he wants to continue or whatever. But know the difference. There's gangbanging, there's gang members, and there's people that are active as hell, you know what I mean? And then there's the ones that are just regular. Now understand, like, when you see, like, you know, I don't know, I ain't gonna go too much into detail because people start trying to connect dots and all that, you know what I mean? And you know, for the hood, I ain't trying to get in trouble, but understand this, man. Do what you want and live your life according to the way you want. Now if you got something better, like I said, then go that route. Like me, I'm trying to, you know, I'm too old to really get too deep into music, but I'm gonna try to do what I do in order to bring the next wave in, you know. And that goes to another video I'm gonna talk about, you know what I mean? It's funny, I know it will come up, but it is what it is. On that note, your boy Zai, you enjoy the rest of your night, and it has no time limit unless you're dead or in prison for the rest of your life or you decide to give up. And I'm out.